this video, we'll be taking a look at every single skin so far released in the Odyssey event in Dinosaur Simulator. This includes the egg skins, the SDNA skins, and the unlockables. Let's get to it. Alright, so first up we have the Erymantheum boar, I believe is how you pronounce it, for the Styracosaurus. And this skin you can get pretty easily just from hatching the eggs. It's not even that rare of a skin. I guess it looks like the boar that it's made after, which looks something like this. You can still tell that it is a Styracosaurus because of all the horns and that frill. Alright, so here is the walking animation. Kind of just goes like that. And the running animation. Running animation is actually pretty nice. I really like how the tail moves. Now let's check out the attacks. So this is the normal attack. Does a little headbutt. I believe there's only one attack animation for this guy. Yeah, it's just like a headbutt, seems. And then here's the AoE. Okay, so the AoE seems to be like a uppercut headbutt sort of thing. Alright, now let's check out the roar. So this is going to be the R roar. Pretty short. And the call. Nice. And the growl. And this guy is surprisingly still an herbivore. Here is the eating animation. And here's the drink animation. Alright, next up we have the Manticore skin for the Euophocephalus, which is pretty interesting because I didn't expect this to be the choice for a Manticore. But yeah, let's take a look at some of its animations. Here is going to be the walk animation, the run animation. I really like how the wings flap when it's running instead of being tucked back, and I also like the pose of that tail. Alright, now let's check out the fly animations since this guy does have wings. This is going to be the ascend animation for when you're flying up, and then this is like the normal animation. It looks kind of like the same animation except for the legs are positioned a little differently. And here's going to be the fly down animation. You can see the wings are now tucked in. Now let's see if there's a different sprint fly animation. It looks like there is. The legs and the arms move a little bit when it's sprint flying. Alright, now this is the attack animations. This is going to be the normal attack. Kind of just does a bite. Let's see if there's multiple variations. Oh yeah, here's the idle animation, by the way. It's actually fully loaded now. I think there is, right? There's maybe two variations of that bite. The head went that way as opposed to the other way. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. And here's the AoE. Oh, okay. AoE animation is pretty nice. It jumps forward and that tail, the scorpion tail, jabs at you. Look at that. Really nice animation. See that one more time. Yeah, wow, it looks really nice from the front. Alright, here are the roar animations. This is going to be the R roar. Pretty quick. And now the call. Okay, that actually isn't part of the call animation. It was just doing the idle thing when I did the call. This is the, like, just the call animation. Yeah, it just does that. Okay, now here's the growl. Now let's check out the eat and drink animation. So this is going to be the eat animation. If I can eat this lizard. Yep, pretty nice. It really does look like it's eating though. I'm assuming it has a different drink animation. Here is the drink animation. Yeah, it really does have two different animations. This guy is very well animated, has separate animations. Alright, here we have the Hestiaceres or Hestiaceres, and I believe this skin is actually based off the goddess Hestia. And I don't know about you, but it really just looks like a Stegosaurus in a cloak and a torch. And that's it. Maybe this is what the goddess looks like. It looks very different from the other mythological creature-themed skins. Let's check out the movements. So this is going to be the walk animation. Not really in sync, but that's fine because it is a small creature. And this is the run animation. Oh wow, I really like the run animation. It looks a lot better. Also, that fire torch effect is nice because it trails behind it when it's running. Now let's check out the attack animation. So this is going to be the normal attack. Okay, so the normal attack, it doesn't even use the torch, which I thought it would. Maybe for the AoE though. Let's see. Kind of, yeah. It like flicks the torch at you, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it like tries to hit you with the flaming torch. That's pretty cool. Alright, now let's check out the roars. So this is the R roar. And the call. And now the growl animation. I believe this guy is still an herbivore, just like the normal Stegosaurus is, so let's check out the eat right here. Pretty nice. And now let's check out the drink animation. I think it does have separate animations for eat and drink. It just looks pretty similar. Alright, here we have the Kentralos, or Kentralos, for the Kentrosaurus, obviously. And I believe it's based off the Golden Fleece in Greek mythology. And here's what the skin looks like. I really like the sparkling effects on the back and on the body. Makes it look like it's shiny. Now let's check out its movement animations. So this is going to be the walk and the run. Now let's check out the flight animation. So this is going to be the fly up animation. The wings are actually flapping a lot faster than I thought it would be. And here's the just normal flight animation. Pretty nice. And the flight down animation. Flying down does have a different animation. The wings like stop periodically, I guess. And let's see if there's a sprint flight animation. I don't think so. It looks like the same as the normal flight animation, right? Alright, now let's check out the attacks. So this is going to be the normal attack. Interesting. Just does a headbutt. No use of the tail, even though Kentrosaurus does have a spiky tail. I guess not this version though. And the AoE? Okay, AoE is just like a stomp sort of thing. Now let's hear the roars. So this is the R roar. Okay, and the call. And the growl. The E animation. Here's the drink animation. Alright, here we have the Cetus skin for the Prognathodon, and this one in my opinion is pretty underrated. The model looks really good. Alright, now let's check out some of its movement animations. So this is going to be the swim animation. Kind of just moves like this. I really like the three tails, and it kind of like floats around like that. And here's the sprint swim animation. It kind of looks the same. I don't think there is a sprint swim animation. Maybe it's something's wrong or didn't load in properly or whatever, but from what my experience, it doesn't look like there's a sprint swim animation. Now let's check out the land crawl animation. Even though this guy isn't aquatic, it actually has separate animations for on land, which I find to be a nice addition. It moves its arms like this to crawl around. Look what happens when I swim down. The arms kind of like go like this, and when I swim up, I guess only when it swims down there's a unique animation for it. Now let's see the attack animations. This is going to be the normal attack. Nice, it just does it. Oh, there's two animations. So there's the bite, and then there's the arm slam. There we go, there's the arm slam. So there's two attack animations. And here's the AoE. Whoa, okay, AoE animation looks pretty interesting. Let's see it again. Now let's check out the roars. I'm gonna actually do the roars on land because so we can hear the roars in better quality. Here's the R roar. Alright, and here's the call. Wow, look at the inside of that mouth. Look at all those teeth. And the growl. I don't think this guy has a drink animation since it is an aquatic and they usually don't drink anyway. But let's check if it has an E animation. Doesn't look like it has an E animation either. But still, regardless, a very well made skin that looks pretty cool. Alright, here is the Flying Dutchman skin for the Shoutout, and this is one of the 4 unlockables you can get by finding something on the map. Check out this video if you want to learn how to get the Flying Dutchman skin. And this is what the model looks like. It looks really, really nice because you can clearly see the part that's supposed to be the ship, and it blends in seamlessly with the parts that are supposed to be the dino, like the flippers, the tail, and even the head. So interestingly enough, this guy can actually fly, which I did not expect at all, and it has custom stats as well. So the flying and the swimming animations are actually identical. So this is the flight animation. It's going to be the exact same animation if I go underwater right here. Same exact animation. And here's the sprint animation. I think the animation's actually a little different. The flippers move a little faster, and I think the tail moves a little bit more too. See it in the sky now? Yeah, same animation. It moves a lot slower in the sky, of course. Alright, now let's check out its attack animations. So this is going to be the normal attack. Okay, let's see it again. Now let's try the AoE. Oh wow, the AoE actually looks pretty similar to the normal attack. It almost looks like it's the same animation. Maybe it is the same animation, I can't really tell here. Now let's hear the roars. So let's go above water for that. This is going to be the R roar. Wow, that sounded like the creaking of a ship, which I guess is the point, since the entire skin is a ship. And now let's try the call. This thing really reminds me of that old movie called Monster House, where the house literally turns into a monster. Maybe the sound effects, I think, give off the same vibe too. Here's the growl. Alright, now let's check out the eat animations. So this is going to be the normal eat. Okay, wow, the eat animation is actually pretty smooth. A lot better than I thought it would be. And I wonder if this guy has a drink animation. Let's check if it does. I don't think so. That makes sense. Most aquatics don't have a drink animation because you're never going to be drinking anyway, since you're in the water most of the time. Alright, next up we have the Minotaur Carnotaurus skin, or the Minotaurus, I believe. And this is the idle animation. It actually looks pretty cool because it does that yawning or roaring thing. Now let's check out the movements. So this is going to be the walk animation. It reminds me a lot of the Krampus Giganotosaurus skin in Dinosim. And here's the sprint animation. Okay, I really like the sprint animation. The arms move a little bit and the tail looks pretty good. Here is the attack animation. Okay, so, oh, there's two attack animations, aren't there? So there's the head swing, kind of does like a 360 swing right there. And then there's the bite, yeah. Two attack animations, nice. And here is the AoE. Wow, okay, so it kind of does like an arm swing combo and the tail flips around a little bit. Now let's hear the roars. This is going to be the R roar. Okay, and the call. Ooh, wow, okay, I really like the call animation there. And here's the growl. So this is the drink animation. Alright, now here is the eat animation. Alright, here is the Harpydactylus skin for the Isodactylus. And this guy is obviously based off of the Harpy. And I have to say, this is probably one of the more interesting skins in this update because it has the head of an albino terror, I think. At least it looks kind of similar. And the rest of the body just looks like a combination between a bird and a bat because of the wings. And it also has a tail. Alright, now let's check out the animations. So this is going to be the walk animation like this. Very interesting. It looks like it's like strutting or something like that. It's walking in a kind of a funny way. And here's the sprint. Okay, the sprint looks a little more normal. It kind of like leans forward a bit and the tail moves. Alright, now let's check out the attacks. This is going to be the attack animation, the normal attack. Okay, so the attack is just a bite, I guess. Is there anything else? No, it's just a bite. The attack rate is crazy though. I could just keep spamming this at the animation. Dang. Alright, now the AoE. Okay, so the AoE, it like jumps up and kind of hits you with the bite. Now let's hear the roars. So this is the R roar. Pretty short. And the call. And now the growl. Now let's check out the E animation. And the drink animation. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. This guy can fly, obviously, because it has wings. So this is going to be the fly up animation. And the normal fly animation. It looks like it's the same animation. It's just the fly up. It leans upwards a bit. And the fly down animation is actually the exact same. Wow, this guy doesn't even have a dive animation. All the other flying ones had a dive animation where the wings get tucked in, but I guess not the harpy. Let's see if there's a sprint fly animation at least. Oh, there actually is, I think. The legs get tucked back a little more, the tail moves, and the mouth opens during the sprint fly animation. Alright, here we have the Balor. I don't know why they changed the spelling to this. I'm actually not quite sure what creature from mythology the Balor is based off of. I've heard it's based off of the Siren, but I don't think so. It looks nothing alike. It kind of looks like an owl from the front with 2 ears or something like that on its head. And it has wings, but it also has arms, so very interesting creature. Now let's check out some of its animations. So this is the walk animation. Keeps an upright posture while it's walking. Only the legs and the tail move, sort of. Here's the sprint animation. Wow, the sprint animation is a completely different story. The wings are flapping, the tail is flapping, everything is moving, except for the arms, basically. Alright, now let's check out the glide animations. So this guy can't actually fly, which I find to be pretty interesting, since, I don't know, no bad would come out of giving Balor the ability to fly, right? It's a pretty small creature. But oh yeah, here's the glide animation. It kind of just like stays still except for the tail, moves a little bit. And here's the glide down animation. Does that. And let's check out the attacks now. So this is the normal attack. Okay. Alright, I don't know about this guy's animations. The attack animation just like swipes. Like, he does not care about anything in the world. He's just like, nah bro, get out of here. Get out of here with that. Very fast attack rate though. I could just... he looks like he's waving at you. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. I guess they did a better job with the AoE. It kind of does like it looks like it's bowing. It slams its arms down and bites you at the same time. Alright, now let's hear the roars. So this is going to be the R roar. Wow, the mouth is actually a lot bigger than I thought. I didn't know it actually had teeth because of the beak. You know, birds don't usually have teeth. And here's the call. Wow, the mouth goes all the way up here. And the growl. Now let's check out the eat and drink animations. Here is the eat animation. Looks like it's chewing, kind of. And here is the drink animation. And I don't think it really has a swim animation. It kind of just like walks underwater. Alright, next up we have the Kraken skin, which looks identical to the Kraken boss. If you want to learn how to get this skin, check out this video. And here it is. The idle animation, it kind of just like swings its tentacles a bit. And other than that, it's still. Alright, now let's check out some of its movements. So this is going to be the swim animation. Pretty interesting. I really like the way those tentacles move. It looks pretty smooth. Now let's check out the sprint swim animation. I think that's the same exact animation, just played at a faster speed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it does look like that. Alright, now let's check out the attack animation. So this is going to be the normal attack. Okay. It looks like the tentacle just wiggles a bit, but there's some alteration because sometimes it's the left tentacle and sometimes it's the right one. I think they could have done a better job with this attack animation here. Now let's check out the AoE. Okay, the AoE is pretty nice. It does like a backflip and then like slams its tentacles. And here is the roar animation. Okay, pretty short. And the call. Now let's check out the growl. Oh, wow. Okay, so the growl animation, the mouth really spreads now. Right, here is the E animation. And I almost forgot this, but there's actually swim up and down animations, I think. Swim down animation looks really nice. And the swim up looks like this. Wow, okay. Swim up animation goes nearly up and down, and nearly goes vertical. Look at that. And I believe it's the same thing with the sprint up and down. Yeah. Alright, next up we have the Griffin skin for the Uranus, and this is probably one of the best skins in the entire update. But one thing I'm starting to wonder is how these skins relate to the Dinosaur, because this thing looks nothing like the Uranus. I guess they just really wanted to add the Griffin to the game. So this is going to be the walk animation. Looks fairly standard. And the run animation. Okay, so the wings are folded back a little bit. Arms are forward. And you already know this guy can fly because of those wings. Let's check out the flight animations. So this is the fly up animation. And the normal flight animation. And my favorite is the fly down animation. Look at that, the mouth open and the claws outstretched. And this guy also has a unique sprint fly animation that looks like this. The mouth is open and I think the wings flap a little faster. The normal fly animation, the wings even out sometimes. Alright, now let's check out the attack animations. This is the normal attack. Kind of just does an arm swing. And it also has the bite, so it has two attack animations. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. Wow, oh, okay. AoE animation, really cool. So it like flies up like this, and then it pounces forward, and then goes back. Very well made animation there. This guy probably has the best animation so far, out of all the other creatures we saw. Alright, now let's check out the roars. So this is going to be the R roar. Nice. And the call. And the growl. Okay, so the roar animations are fairly standard. I really like how it goes on all fours sometimes when it's idle. Alright, now let's check out the E animation. Wow, okay, so it actually moves its arms during the E animation. I did not expect that. Alright, now here's the drink animation. It also moves its arms during the drink animation. Very well animated. This is probably the most well animated skin we've seen so far. Alright, next up we have the Cerberus skin for the Faso. And this guy is based off of obviously Cerberus, the three-headed dog. And wow, the model looks really, really good. Each of the heads are animated and has that snake tail in the end right there, which kind of just chills there. Now let's check out some of its movements. So this is going to be the walk animation. Pretty nice. I really like how the snake tail does its own thing. Like I saw it move its mouth right there. Here's the sprint animation. Now let's check out the attacks. This is going to be the normal attack. Okay, so the normal attack, it looks like, oh, two animations. So one, the snake bites, and the other, all three of the heads bite. And now let's check out the AoE. AoE looks like it's jumping forward and all of the heads attack at once. Alright, now let's check out the roar animations. This is the normal roar. Nice. And the call. I don't think the sitting was part of the animation. That was probably just the idle. Alright, now let's check out the growl. Wow. Each of those heads are animated separately, and they look pretty good. Now let's check out the E animation. So only the heads get to eat, I guess, not the snake, huh? Oh yeah, and this is the idle animation I was talking about. It kind of just like lies down sometimes, and it gets back up. I don't know why it didn't load fully before, but now it did. Alright, now let's check out the drink animation. Okay, so only the two side heads drink. The center one and the snake just doesn't do anything. And even though this guy can't swim, it does do the doggy paddle if you happen to go into the water, which is pretty nice. Alright, next up we have the Thor skin for the caveman. And this is actually the first time we've gotten real skins for the caveman. So it means they're taking the caveman seriously now, I guess. And the Thor skin looks kind of like an Avatar, but the hammer is cool, I guess. I really like those sparking electric effects. For the movement animations, it looks like Thor walks over land. He like airwalks over everything. His feet never actually touch the ground. I don't know if this is on purpose to show that he's like flying or if this is just a glitch or something. And the sprint animation, he puts his hand in the front, I guess, for the sprint animation right here. And surprisingly, Thor can't fly, even though he can in basically every version of him. And yeah, let's check out the attack animations next. This is going to be the normal attack. Oh wow, so he swings his hammer and it like comes back to him. Pretty nice. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. So an AoE swipe of the hammer goes around in a full circle. So this is the roar for Thor. He does that and lifts his hammer, I guess. And the call? The call is pretty nice. He kind of grunts and then he like levitates into the air. Yeah. And the growl?
Come here!
Okay, the growl, he just waves and says,
Come here!
And let's see his eating and drinking animations. I'm really curious as to what they'll be. Oh, okay, so he just like puts something in his mouth and like looks like he's eating. It's almost like the Minecraft eat animation right there. I'm assuming the drink animation is going to be the same thing. Let's check. Yeah, it's the exact same animation for the drink too. Alright, next up we have the Zeus skin for the caveman. Caveman is actually the only playable in the entire game to get 2 skins out of this event. And just like the Thor skin, the legs actually never touch the ground with Zeus. But unlike Thor, the animations actually look like he's floating. There's no run or walk animation. He just kind of just like floats forward like that. And the run animation, he does this pose. Really looks like he's floating forward now. And that lightning bolt is pretty cool. He kind of just always holds on to it. And now let's check out the attack animation. So this is going to be the normal attack. Okay, so he throws the lightning bolt at you. Is there 2 different animations or is that just one? I think it's just one animation. He just throws the lightning bolt. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. Oh, whoa, okay. So the AoE, he floats up, throws multiple lightning bolts at you. Look how far he throws those lightning bolts. Goes all the way over here. Alright, now let's check out the roars. This is going to be the R roar. Okay, so he flips the lightning around, stabs it into the ground, and the call. Okay, so the call, he just literally like laughs at you, I guess. Nice, and the growl.
You are no match for me.
Alright, so this is kind of like a taunt, I guess. He just says, you're no match for me.
You are no match for me.
I'm assuming the eat and drink animations are going to be identical to Thor, since they don't really like matter that much. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the exact same animation Thor had. Drink animation the same. Alright, next up we have the Charybdis skin for the Basilosaurus. And this thing looks really detailed. That's one word to describe it. Look at those teeth. Those rotating teeth on the inside of the throat. This thing looks pretty scary and has eyes all around the head. Alright, as for movement animations, this is going to be the normal swim animation. Kind of just does that. And the swim down animation is like this. Swim up like this. I think there's slight variations in the swim up and down animations. And let's check out the sprint swim. Okay, so sprint swim, the entire mouth opens, showing off all of its scary teeth, and the inside of its throat is just rotating like crazy like that. Wow, that is pretty intimidating. Alright, now let's check out some of its attacks. So this is going to be the normal attack. Okay, so it looks like it just bites and closes its entire gigantic mouth. I think there's only one animation, right? Looks like it. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. Oh, okay, so it does like a 360 spin and then it rolls forward, I think. Let's see that from farther. Yeah, wow, it spins around and like bites you. Alright, now let's hear the roars. This is going to be the R roar. The inside of that throat, man, its rotating teeth is scary. And the call? Wow, the entire mouth is trembling. Very well done on the inside of that mouth, by the way. And the growl. I think there's actually a land animation, There is a land animation. This is the walk animation, I guess. It looks like it's trying to get itself back into the water like a beached whale. Alright, now let's check out the eat animation. And I'm guessing this guy doesn't have a drink animation since it's an aquatic. Yeah, it doesn't have a drink animation. Here we have the Chimera skin for the Marina-Suchus, or the Chimera-Suchus, I believe is the official name. And this model looks pretty good. This is easily a top 5 model that they've added in this update. Look at that detail. Alright, here is the walk animation. I really like how the goat head and the snake head are animated separately, so they each have their own movements. Now let's check out the sprint. Alright, now let's check out the attacks. This is the normal attack. So the snake does a bite and the main head does a bite. So it looks like it has 2 different attack animations. One, the snake comes forward, and one is just this guy. Yep. Pretty nice. And now the AoE. Oh, okay, so AoE looks like everyone attacks. So first we have the lion, it swipes its claws. The goat does a headbutt, the snake lunges, I think. Now let's hear the roars. So this is going to be the R roar. It looks like the goat and the lion head are the only ones that does anything. The snake doesn't really roar, I guess. Here's the call. Okay, so maybe not. The snake is calling this time. Or is it? Let me see that again. I guess not. The snake just doesn't make any sounds. What about the growl? No, the snake never does any sound. That's just the idle animation. Only the goat and the lion does any sounds. Now let's see the E animation. So again, only the goat and the lion actually eats. Both of them eats actually, but not the snake. And I'm surprised this guy is actually strictly a carnivore, since the goat could easily eat trees and stuff. I thought it would be an omnivore, but it is a carnivore. Alright, here is the drink animation. Okay, so now only the lion drinks. The snake and the goat are just out of luck, I guess. Alright, next up we have the Scylla skin for obviously the Scylla, or the Geoleo, whatever they renamed it to. Alright, and this is the idle animation you see right here. The model looks pretty nice actually. I really like those skulls on its tail. It looks like it has 3 eyes as well. Wow. And here is the sprint animation. And that's the attack animation right there. There's 2 different attack animations. One is the bite and one is the arm swing. And that is the AoE. That's the roar. And that is the call. And that's the growl. Alright, here is the E animation. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, Scylla can swim, so here's the swim animation. And the sprint swim animation moves its arms a little bit more. Looks like the swim up and down animations have slight variation. And Scylla cannot drink since it is a fully aquatic. Alright, next up we have the Firebird skin for the Avanicus. And dang, this model is glowing. Look at those fire effects. This is the walk animation right here. And that is the sprint animation. This is the attack. I think it has 2 different animations. And here's the AoE. Roar. That's the call. And that was the growl. Here is the E animation. And here is the glide animation. It actually looks fairly like normal Avanicus, even the glide down too. And this is the drink animation. Alright, for our final model, we have the Hydralania, probably the hardest skin to get. And obviously it's for Megalania, and it is based off the Hydra. Alright, and this is the walk animation. And this is the run animation. I find it interesting that it doesn't have any back legs. This is the attack animation. All three heads attack. Wow, okay, the AoE animation. All three heads also attack. I think the lower jaw splits when they attack. This is the roar animation. Wow, that was the call animation. That's the growl animation. Very well done. And here we have the E animation. And here is the drink animation. And just like Megalania, Hydra can also swim. So there's a swim animation. That's what it looks like. Swim up and swim down looks fairly the same, I'd say. The sprint swim is a little different because the front arms and the tail move a bit more. Alright, that's about it for this video. That's every single skin they added in the Odyssey event for Dinosaur Simulator. I was able to acquire all of the egg skins on my own and the unlockables, but I was unfortunately unable to get the Firebird skin and the Scylla skin, as well as the Hydra skin, which is probably the hardest to get. So shout out to these guys for helping me record that part. And yeah, I hope you really like the skins. This is probably the biggest batch of skins they ever released at the same time. Good luck to everyone who's still trying to get all the skins, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.